The surgeon at the University of Geneva Hospital, they will be able, through their own electronic medical record system, to have access to information about the patients and to be able to give them a sense and answer those questions. Give them a sense of, well, I'm not going to tell you about you particularly, but I'll tell you about people like you. And this is what their experience has been. So they'll be able to print out a set of figures and provide some numbers that will put into context all these important expectations and fears that the patient may have about people like them, as we have learned from the registry over 20 years of data collection.
We defined from the start which information we wanted to have, in which way we wanted to collect it, to have a very high quality of the data and do it always the same way. So that's what we have continued to be doing, and thanks to that we now have a pool of this rich pool of information before the surgery, during the surgery, after surgery, and every patient is asked to come back at predefined intervals, time intervals. That's what allowed us to say, okay, what the pain level is or the activity is of a patient 5 years after surgery, or 10 years or 20 years.
But there's not much of that vast amount of data that goes back to benefit the patient. So we found there a great opportunity to tap on that huge data set that registries are, and get from that information that would be useful for patients.
We try to make these numbers accessible and understandable for the patient and visible. So this is why it's a great project. It's the first time we really try to make a whole data collection over decades.
At the beginning of the project, what we envisioned was a consultation with the patient where, instead of being told, oh, yeah, you can have this operation, which is very successful. Most people come out, doing really well, and only about 4 to 5% are going to have a revision at 10 years. We envision a very different consultation. They can then be empowered in a way to have a different conversation and a meaningful conversation with the surgeons, to say, well, but I understand that if they were to be told again, oh yeah, about 4 to 5% of people have a revision at 10 years, they will be empowered to say, well, but I know that might be slightly different for me, because I am a woman who's 78 and I've smoked for a long time. And then we can, again, potentially empower that patient to say, well, I want to know a bit more, and I understand this. So having that printed information, we believe it's going to change the patient experience to begin with.